as Burkina Faso continues to stabilize under the bold leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré. A new initiative is taking root, quite literally. In 2025, the Traoré administration has announced the launch of the National Agriculture Corps, NACI, a paramilitary-style civil initiative aimed at tackling food insecurity, rural unemployment, and economic dependency in conflict-affected regions, with more than 65% of the population dependent on subsistence farming and climate volatility worsening harvest yields. Traoré's government is pivoting toward agricultural sovereignty. The NAC will recruit 3,000 young citizens, with 200 already enrolled, to undergo an intensive 8-month training program combining agricultural science, cooperative business skills, irrigation engineering, and community service. These recruits, dubbed Green Guards, are not just farmers. They are trained as food defenders, equipped with both technical knowledge and civic purpose. Recruits are prioritized from internally displaced communities, war-affected regions, and unemployed youth cohorts, ensuring both economic empowerment and social healing. The NAC's headquarters in Kaya has already been transformed into a sprawling agro-military campus, where former soldiers now train civilians in both sustainable farming and self-defense against banditry. Traoré insists the Corps is non-combative but resilience-oriented. Recruits will be deployed in teams to the provinces of Est, Sahel, Boucle du Mouhoun, Nord, and Centre-Sud, regions suffering both from food shortages and insurgent disruption. Each team is equipped with drought-resistant seeds, mobile irrigation kits, and satellite-linked agricultural drones for crop monitoring. International partners, including the FAO and African Development Bank, have pledged over $25 million in grants and equipment donations, but all strategic planning remains sovereign under Burkina Faso's Ministry of Agricultural Reinvention. The NAC also includes gender parity. 48% of the initial intake are women, many of whom are war widows or former domestic workers. Their stories are now inspiring a national movement. "We don't just feed our children," one female recruit declared, "we feed our future." Captain Traoré's plan isn't limited to planting fields, and it's about planting dignity. Each NAC unit works alongside local elders and tribal councils to design customized agro-cooperatives. The state provides startup capital while communities co-own the profits. Already over 70 hectares of barren land have been reclaimed. Through labor-intensive techniques, like zai pits and reforestation walls, Traoré's administration has even launched a national Grow Burkina campaign, encouraging urban rooftop farming and school gardening programs. An app, Wenkuni, meaning Land of God and more, allows citizens to locate nearby farming corps, track harvests, and submit food requests. Public reception has been overwhelmingly positive. In a June poll by the Burkina Faso Rural Union, 78% of respondents said they trust the NAC more than traditional NGOs for food relief. Additionally, the Ministry of Defense reports a 30% decrease in rural recruitment into extremist militias in regions where the Green Guards are active, suggesting that economic dignity is an antidote to radicalization. Still, challenges remain. The Corps needs sustainable funding, durable infrastructure, and ongoing agronomic research. Attrition is also a concern, especially in high-risk zones where sabotage of irrigation systems has been reported. But Traoré remains unfazed. He recently proposed a national soil bank to reward sustainable farmers with microloans and land equity. Moreover, the NAC program is being embedded into national service protocols, ensuring long-term institutional backing. By 2027, the government aims to have 10,000 Green Guards across all 13 regions. Critics once dismissed Traoré's agricultural vision as naive militarism cloaked in green, but results are beginning to silence the cynic. And vegetable exports to Ghana and Togo resumed for the first time since 2019. What Traoré has done with police reform, he's now replicating with farming, rooting power in the people. Through the NAC, he's crafting a hybrid model of security, sustainability, and sovereignty. If successful, Burkina Faso may become the first Sahelian state to fuse civil defense with ecological revival. A green revolution not just of crops, but of consciousness. अगर आपको ये कहानी पसंद आए तो लाइक करें, शेयर करें और सब्सक्राइब जरूर करें, क्योंकि हम आपके लिए ऐसे ही ग्राउंड ब्रेकिंग अपडेट्स लाते रहेंगे। क्या इब्राहिम ट्राओरे का ग्रीन गार्ड कॉर्प्स बनेगा मगरबी अफ्रीका का गेम चेंजर? अपनी राय जरूर दें। The mission is urgent. Since March, 6 northern villages have been abandoned due to water shortages. Traoré has responded with audacity, converting abandoned military bunkers into subterranean reservoirs and ordering the Air Force to use cargo drones to deliver irrigation equipment where roads have been destroyed. International NGOs had offered filtered water kits, but Traoré refused, stating, "We will not drink from others' hands. We will build wells with our own." Critics called it nationalist bravado, but by July, 78 water projects were completed, each named after a local elder or village hero, a symbolic gesture fusing honor and hydration. The Ministry of Agriculture reports that restored wetlands in the Southwest region are now attracting birds for the first time in 5 years. Fish farming has even resumed in Diebougou's new dam system, a sign not just of survival, but revival. One commander said, "We're not planting just crops. We're planting the possibility of staying home." The drought was pushing youth to flee toward cities or militias. Now, with water tables rising and land greening, they are staying and building. Yet this is not a flawless operation. Armed groups have begun sabotaging water infrastructure, hoping to starve resistance. In response, Traoré has created the Aqua Sentinel program, a rapid response division of the Green Guards who patrol, repair, and defend water assets. They ride solar-powered motorcycles and are trained in both ecological repair and emergency tactics. Traoré has also enlisted local imams and traditional healers as water ambassadors, using religious and ancestral authority to spread awareness on water conservation and protection. Burkina Faso's national broadcaster has launched a series of children's programs, teaching aquifer preservation and flood farming, ensuring the next generation understands the sacredness of water. In this way, water is no longer just a resource, it's a national ideology. Financially, the operation is being funded by a new national initiative called the Blue Dignity Bond, a citizen investment fund where everyday people contribute as low as 200 CFA to co-finance local irrigation projects. The response has been historic. Over 2 billion CFA raised in 4 weeks, most of it from rural women's cooperatives and youth unions. Even diaspora Burkinabés are sending remittances, specifically labeled for the water war. International media once portrayed Burkina as a fragile state in free fall. But today, under Traoré's laser-focused leadership, it is becoming a laboratory of African-led resilience. The Green Guards, once seen as idealists with hoes, are now water warriors, transforming dust into harvest and fear into self-reliance. As climate change threatens to break nations, Traoré's Burkina is choosing to bend and then build back stronger. Like, comment, and subscribe if you believe Africa can solve its own problems and lead the world while doing it.